Jana Duggar shared how she prepared for her move from Arkansas to husband Stephen Wisman's native Nebraska, predicting that her life will change in many ways, moving more to the city life. Jana Duggar is counting on becoming a cornhusker. The 19 kids and counting alums shared a glimpse into her preparations for her and husband Stephen Wisman's big move into their fixer-upper home in Nebraska. "I know my life is about to change in many ways, moving more to the city life," Jana, who was raised alongside her 18 siblings in Arkansas, said in a November 11th YouTube video. "I am so excited for what lays ahead, but I am also sure that I'll have moments when I miss the farm." She added, "The sun rising over the orchard, the garden, the animals, it's just so peaceful out here." Several years ago, Jana moved out of her parents' Jim Bob Duggar and Michelle Duggar's 7,000 square foot home in Arkansas into what she called a tiny house on nearby farmland. "This building used to be one of the city's temporary office buildings," she explained in a July 15 vlog, "and so we got a really good deal on it." Since purchasing the property in an auction, Jana and her siblings converted it into a one-bedroom residence, boasting a kitchenette and small bathroom. Their renovations also included additions such as an outdoor fire pit and a greenhouse. Shortly after tying the knot with Stephen in August, Jana announced that she was moving to Nebraska, where her husband grew up with his 12 siblings. According to property records obtained by E! News, Stephen, who works in construction and performs in the Wisman family band, purchased a 5-bedroom home in the Cornhusker State in 2023. In an August 29 video, Jana said she and Stephen would be making renovations including new flooring and combining 2 bedrooms on the main floor into a primary suite with its own private bathroom with help from family and friends. "It's amazing to be how fast a project like this can move along with so many people in here volunteering their time and energy to help," the former Counting On star shared at the time. "I can't wait to see how this place comes together." Keep reading to get to know the rest of Jana's family. The parents of 19 and grandparents of over 3 dozen little ones started out as high school sweethearts. Michelle has recalled being saved at 15. Then, one night, Jim Bob was making home outreach visits on behalf of his Baptist church, and he ended up knocking on the Ruark family's door after his friend told him that this girl from school that just got saved and is a cheerleader lived there. They invited Michelle to Sunday school at their church, and, Jim Bob said, he prayed to God that they could be each other's spiritual leaders, though apparently their first meeting wasn't as memorable for Michelle. A year later, she applied for a job at the frozen yogurt shop owned by Jim Bob's parents. "You came to the counter where I was standing by the cash register and introduced yourself," Michelle remembered in a letter posted on the family blog in 2017 for Jim Bob's birthday and their 33rd wedding anniversary. "You were shy, but very sweet. I really don't remember much about that conversation, except that you finally mustered up the courage to ask me if I would go to your junior-senior banquet with you." She attended the dinner with him at Shiloh Christian, but it was when they hung out afterward discussing the Bible for hours at her parents' house that she knew from there, "We believe our hearts were knit together," Michelle has said. "We graduated high school in May of 1984 and were married in July. I was 17 and Jim Bob was 19. The couple dedicated themselves to God and each other for the long run." Jim Bob is a former state legislator, having served in the Arkansas House of Representatives for the 6th District from 1999 until 2002, during which he was vice chair of the House of Corrections and Criminal Law Subcommittee. A run for U.S. Senate in 2002 ended in the primary, as did a bid in 2006 to become the Republican nominee for Arkansas State Senate District 35. He and Michelle, who are both licensed realtors, have been active in conservative causes, an aspect of their lifestyle that won them and 19 Kids and Counting, which premiered in 2008 as 17 Kids and Counting, both proud supporters and fierce critics. As of October 2024, they were grandparents of 33 with 3 on the way. Eldest Duggar child Josh Duggar was born March 3, 1988. He too became a conservative activist, campaigning for the Family Research Council. He stepped down after old police records surfaced in 2015 revealing that he had been accused of molesting several girls, including his sisters Jessa and Jill, when he was a teenager. Jessa defended her brother in a sit-down with Fox News that June, insisting that the worst names people were calling Josh were so overboard and a lie, really. "I mean, people get mad at me for saying that, but I can say this because I was one of the victims." His wife also stuck by him, including after he admitted to being unfaithful. When he checked into a treatment center in 2016, his parents called it a crucial first step in recovering and healing. Parents of three-daughter Mackenzie October 8, 2009 and sons Michael June 15, 2011 and Marcus June 2, 2013 when the scandal broke. Anna gave birth to their fourth child, Meredith, on July 16, 2015, the same day TLC canceled 19 kids. Their fifth child, son Mason Garrett, was born September 12, 2017. Daughter Mariella Hope arrived November 27, 2019, and baby number 7, Madison Lily, was born October 23, 2021. In a federal indictment filed in April 2021, Josh was charged with a count-apiece of receipt and possession of child pornography. He pleaded not guilty on both counts. In 2022, Josh was found guilty and sentenced to 12.5 years in prison. Shortly after Josh was born, Michelle got pregnant again, but suffered a miscarriage. While she and Jim Bob were still grieving that loss and praying for guidance, they found out that twins were on the way. We felt it was a double blessing, she told Love to Know. God was encouraging our hearts. We're still learning. It's really so unusual because I breastfeed my babies, but my children are so close together. I have a baby, and then 8 months later I'm expecting. Just another unusual thing the Lord has seen fit to do with our situation. John-David Duggar and his twin sister Jana Duggar were born on January 12, 1990. After a whirlwind courtship, they did know of each other for several years, before meeting at a church event in Abby's home state of Oklahoma and a short engagement. John-David and Abby Grace Burnett got married on November 3, 2018. They welcomed daughter Grace Annette Duggar on January 7, 2020 and son Charlie Duggar in September 2022. On their 30th birthday in January 2020, Jana wrote in a sweet message, "Ever since John and I were little we've been asked if we have that twin thing. You know, the thing where you feel what the other one is feeling or know what the other one is thinking. Well, John, I've always answered that with a no, but now I can honestly say that the day little Gracie was born I felt every bit of happiness that you did, so I guess it must be real." Jana continued, "It's so sweet watching you and Abby as parents. You're naturals. And the same qualities that have made you a wonderful brother will also make you an amazing dad." Jana watched 11 of her 18 brothers and sisters get married before she found love with Stephen Wisman, whose sister Hannah Wisman is married to the TLC alum's brother Jeremiah, but despite some admitted frustrations, she maintained it was all part of God's plan. "I haven't always understood what the bigger picture is, but I know that God knows what is best for all of us. And so for me, it's getting married later," Jana told People in August 2024, shortly before her wedding. "Each of our stories will be written differently. If we were all the exact same, it would be a boring life." Jill Duggar Dillard was born on May 17, 1991. In a love story reminiscent of her parents, Jill first met Derek, who grew up about 45 minutes away, on Christmas 2011 when he stopped by the Duggar family abode while out caroling with his church group. Jim Bob played matchmaker, and Jill and Derek hit it off, growing closer over email and Skype. Father and daughter went to visit Derek in Nepal that November, and Jill and Derek continued to fall for each other. In February 2014, Derek asked Jim Bob for his daughter's hand in marriage, and they tied the knot on June 21, 2014. They are parents to 3 sons: Israel, born on April 6, 2015, Samuel, born July 8, 2017, and Frederick, born July 7, 2022. In April 2024, Jill shared that she had suffered a pregnancy loss while expecting her and Derek's first baby girl. Jill and Derek reflected on the controversies and religious beliefs surrounding her family in the Amazon Prime Video documentary Shiny Happy People: Duggar Family Secrets, which premiered in June 2023. Jim Bob and Michelle's 5th child, Jessa Duggar, was born November 4, 1992. Jessa met Ben through church, and he began courting her in 2013, the old-fashioned approach to romance coming as a brand new notion to a lot of viewers. The kids never talked about their romances pre-engagement, so Jim Bob explained to People, courting is getting to know each other in a group setting, both families spending time together and the couple setting goals together to determine if they're meant to marry. With dating, a couple will often pair off alone, and that sometimes leads to a more physical relationship. Ben asked for Jessa's hand and then proposed in August 2014, sealing the deal by holding her hand for the first time. They married on November 1st, 2014. Jessa was pregnant with their first child when 19 Kids and Counting was canceled, and TLC subsequently aired a special about sexual abuse, featuring Jill and Jessa, to further educate viewers on the subject. The sisters would end up the stars of their own show, Jill and Jessa, Counting On, that winter. The show then evolved to become Counting On, featuring other Duggar siblings as well. Meanwhile, Jessa and Ben welcomed son Spurgeon on November 5, 2015, son Henry on February 6, 2017, daughter Ivy Jane on May 28, 2019, and daughter Fern in July 2021. In February 2023, Jessa shared that she suffered a miscarriage over the 2022 holiday season. She gave birth to her fifth child, George, in December 2023. The sixth Duggar child, Jinger, was born December 21, 1993. Jinger and Jeremy met doing ministry work in Laredo, Texas, and started courting in 2016. They married on November 5, 2016, the bride's nephew Spurgeon's birthday, but you just try not overlapping milestones when you're one of 19, and were promptly the subject of pregnancy rumors. Where we see ourselves in a year is probably just settled down, still doing ministry here in Laredo, and just seeking to serve the Lord. However, we can, Jinger said on a June 2017 episode of Counting On. Their daughter Felicity was born July 19, 2018. In May of that year, they revealed that Jinger was pregnant again and that she had suffered a miscarriage the previous fall. In November 2020, they welcomed daughter Evangeline Jo. Jinger and Jeremy shared in October 2024 that their third child is due in March 2025.